I'm a founder who's an employee who doesn't get paid. Why are you happy with a 12,000 rupee salary when you can make yourself 1 lakh a month? Sales is oxygen for your business. And I can't fathom why people run away from it.
What's one smart, low-cost hack or shortcut you used early on that anyone watching could try?
There's no shortcut to this, honestly speaking.
Hey Shraddha, so I heard that you're getting us many more skilled fitness instructors in the country.
It's absolutely my pleasure as a founder to build an education business in the fitness industry. And we've created a platform where we can skill so many coaches. India is thriving with growth, especially the health and fitness industry. And the biggest demand right now, that is skilled manpower. Better the coaches, better the fitness penetration, happier the members, fitter India. That is our mission at FitEduCoach.
How long did you think about starting FitEduCoach before you actually took the plunge?
I think it was about 6 months where I had many things in my head. I'm somebody who cannot just sit doing nothing. And I had a lot happening where I either wanted to start a cafe or start a fitness education company. And because I'm a very people's person, but eventually I tilted towards fitness education because fitness is very, very dear to my heart. It has absolutely changed my life. And I said, now it's time for me to change people's livelihood. And that is where FitEduCoach happened.
So the entrepreneurship bug had already bitten you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I worked with a startup, which is now a unicorn, for 3 long years. And when you work with a startup, there is a very high, aggressive focus pace of work that happens. You almost have a very, very high burn also. But one learning is if your idea is good, if you're working on a problem solve, this baby is only going to grow bigger and stronger.
What gave you the courage to take that first step and go out on your own?
When you do the same thing over and over again with a lot of passion for 24 years, one day I just woke up with the thought that bas ho gaya. Like, I'm done with employment. You have your learnings, you have your wins, you have your failures. I did definitely evaluate a lot of that, but eventually I thought, now anything that I will do, I will build it on my own. Thanks to the brand that I worked with, it gave me a various experience in various spectrums. And that helped me to finally take this plunge saying, abhi karna hai to build karna hai apna brand. You know, that is very important. So that is where it happened.
Before you started FitEduCoach, what were you doing and what made you walk away from that?
I always worked as a growth catalyst for Gold's Gym in India. I was a business operation head, handling a lot of different spectrum of the business. While that gives you a lot of confidence and power that you're a great professional, but it at some point didn't give me the push that I wanted. It just made me feel I am in a comfort zone. And I know for sure anything where you're in a comfort zone becomes mundane. And that is where I wanted to actually have a breakthrough and build something on my own.
What was your biggest fear when you started?
I will not say fear, but yes, what I was not sure of, was uncertain about how long the brand will take to earn credibility.
So did you have a plan or did you just figure it out as you went along?
No, honestly, what I've built up, I have done this, some part of it for 16 years. So while I knew I know it all, the fitness space is evolving very, very fast. Something that happened 6 months ago might not be relevant now. Did I have it on day one? No, I didn't. But yes, I'm a very structured person. Building blueprints or business plan comes to me very organically. And hence, I did build that up. But if you're going to ask me, where do I stand there? We'll have a second conversation on this one.
How did you finance your startup?
It is bootstrapped. Hard earn money on the table because my conviction is that high that this is what India needs.
Were you more excited or more anxious in the beginning?
I was more excited. Actually, we went live and started delivering coaching. That is where the anxiousness came. But otherwise, I was okay.
What did you do in the first 30 days of starting?
Just talk about the brand. I became the face of the brand because this brand is founder led. And if you want to grow your business and earn credibility, it's very important for a founder to start interacting with the audience. It's very important for the founder to first go to the market, then even the brand to go to the market. And because I have a legacy of 24 years, it was very important for me to take that big step.
How did you decide what to focus on first? Product, marketing, or customers?
The first thing I focused on was MR, market research. What is the void? How well the other players have created, skilled, and coach the students who are trainers or coaches. Where is the void? I assessed the void and then we started marketing first. Product, we knew what we are giving. We didn't go to the market until a product was not ready. But when we went to the market, the first thing was harp on what the kids are looking at.
What's one resource, tool, or connection that was a game changer for you?
Free education. There would be many who would say, what? You give free education? Yes, that's my answer. We created a habit in a trainer to at least start skilling himself through free education. Sit in the comfort of your house, learn online through your mobile, and give back to your personal training client. We had 4,800 students or coaches who actually took these free short webinars that we ran for 60 minutes, 80 minutes, 120 minutes. And today I can say, yes, they didn't take a long format course, but these short courses also help them to grow and up their personal training game at the gym level. There are various ways to earn credibility. I feel this is the best way to earn their trust.
How did you get your very first customer?
Again, this will be very surprising. Word of mouth. It was a referral given by somebody who already knew me in my earlier avatar. That's where we got our first student. And we got our first student in the first 28 days of starting our operation and opening our sale.
How long before you made your first rupee?
From conception to operation was about 7 months.
That's a long time.
That's a very long time. I was also prudent in what I'm investing and how much I'm investing, right? So that was the right way to move.
What kept you going so long without making any money?
The whole thought about having conviction and focusing on the purpose, that was more important. It used to give me thrill when 200 students attended a webinar versus a 20. And after that, when you get a feedback, which is so positive, that keeps you going.
What was the dumbest thing you wasted time on when you first started?
I feel the dumbest thing was to keep thinking what the competitors will think. I think that's quite lame, but yeah, what will they think? Oh, how will I combat with them? What do I need to do? That was the most dumbest thing. Hindsight, wisdom. Now that we are 13 months old as the brand is launched, I feel it's all about your value proposition and how authentic you are. You don't need to fight against a brand which is 20 years old or 15 years old or 30 years old. You just create your own niche. That's the way to go. Just keep giving value props and ensure you fulfill that. Automatically, you don't need to worry about what others will do against you. You just create your niche where you have no competition on.
Are you in a very competitive market?
I am in a very competitive market. In fact, my competitors are charging 25% higher than what we are even charging. So still competition is there because the coaches, they come from a very, very challenging background. Their parents are either a bus driver, rickshaw driver, taxi driver, from that background, yeah, where money doesn't come to them very, very easily. Their mindset is a herd mentality. अगर ये करता है तो मैं वो ही करूंगा. When a student is going to a brand for 20 years, suddenly if I have to get his loyalty, definitely I have to work towards gaining his trust.
How did you differentiate yourself from all the competition?
Offering. I myself till today talk to a student who's about to pass out to understand his experience. And very hands-on. I'm very, very hands-on.
One mistake you made in the beginning that you wish you could warn every first-time founder about?
A very huge amount I invested as a marketing dollar and brand build uh, with international SMEs. Anything that comes to India gets very expensive because it's the dollar versus a rupee, right? And that investment that I made, I am yet working on monetizing it because that was a big elephant in the room. So when you build a brand, sometimes your passion can overtake your clinical decision making. Do evaluate before you take a bigger plunge and say ये cover हो जाएगा later business में. ऐसे नहीं होता है. you got to be very, very mindful of what you want to do. So take baby steps is my suggestion.
When did it first feel real for you? Like this might actually work?
The first webinar, we had 180 coaches who actually joined. We were elated. We all were at the webinar, ensuring it just goes right. And we got a great feedback out of them.
Do you pay yourself a salary?
Oh, no. No, not at all. Not at all. I'm a founder who's an employee who doesn't get paid. But I know for sure in the long term, this is going to pay off like nobody's business, believe me.
So how do startup founders pay their bills when the business isn't making money yet?
Two things. One is keep your expense concise, short, crisp. Lean business is the way to move forward. That's one thing. While you're building the top line. And how do you run it? You have to keep putting funds.
What keeps you up at night?
New avenues, new verticals to have a steady growth and steady top line so that your bottom line finally happens.
Is running a business harder than you expected, or is it just different from what you expected?
It's very different. It's very, very different. Every problem is goddamn your problem. The ownership of your employees is there, but it's not as much as you are as a founder.
Was there ever a moment when you thought, maybe I'm not cut out for this?
Honestly, I do. There are daunting thoughts like these that come. I'll be very honest. I go for a good jog, get rejuvenated, re-engineer myself and get back to the track.
What has been your biggest challenge as an entrepreneur?
Mindset of the Indian coaches, mindset of the Indian gym owners. Very, very challenging, very, very short term. I see passion is missing.
So how do you overcome that?
Have conversations, create more awareness programs for the students, for the coaches to tell them, why are you happy with a 12,000 rupee salary when you can make yourself 1 lakh a month? That is, nobody's telling them that, right? A owner is never going to tell them that because then as soon as he starts making more money, he's going to leave the owner and go away. It's telling them that. And that's where we at FitEduCoach, we do so many counseling sessions. We have 2 counseling sessions per month. Only, and these are free counseling sessions just to tell them this is your career path.
How do you decide when is the right time to fundraise?
When there will be growth that will require capital and aggressive growth. When I say growth, we are growing even now. We are growing by 10-11% every single month. So that's promising. But when I say that growth, that is growth that will come with speed. Having X number of facilities, you will need that fund. Till then, I'll not go to the PE. That's very clear.
What has been your lowest point so far?
When you invest month on month, but you don't see the returns as you had made it in the blueprint of your business plan. That's your lowest point where you are introspecting and asking yourself, where did I go wrong? Maybe you didn't go wrong, but maybe your assumptions didn't go right. That's your lowest point.
So how do you come to terms with that?
Course correct. Don't give up. Every month, wake up in the morning and say, okay, I'm going to do this differently and motivate the team. I have 15-member team right now. Sometimes there are drooping shoulders, but you got to lead from the front. Your business cannot go autopilot. Not this one at least. And hence, I'm very hands-on and then keep the show going on.
How do you get that sales engine right?
You have to pursue a lot, a lot. I'll tell you the intensity of a lot when I say that, right? For me to get one admission, one coaching admission, my salespeople have to do 50 hours of calling for him to finally give me the result. But it's very gratifying when somebody passes out and gets a good job and he's financially settled.
Is the ROI on your sales effort worth it?
Currently, no. I want to discover more smarter ways to do that. However, there is a challenge with the mindset of our target audience, that is the coaches, and that only requires talking. And unless my salesperson, my career advisor doesn't make 5 calls, he doesn't get a sale. So he has to do that, doesn't have a choice.
What's one thing everyone says about sales that's just not true?
The first word I usually hear from people is, sales is high pressure, I cannot manage it. Sales is high energy, not high pressure. Sales is oxygen for your business. And I can't fathom why people run away from it. I've done sales throughout my life because sales is not selling anything. Sales is providing solution that is customized for your customer.
Shraddha, what's one thing you thought mattered at the start but actually didn't?
We initially thought to build a brand, you got to put a huge sum in brand building before you go to the market. And we did tour with the idea, should we, shouldn't we? I told you, I invested in international SMEs and that was a huge investment that was not needed. And I'm open to say that was not needed. I feel credibility comes when you create UGCs, user-generated content. And now we've had 400, 500 students pass out. The fact they narrate their story, that itself is a great brand building exercise for me.
What's something you wish someone had told you before you started?
How to get a better grip on performance marketing. The biggest burn is not my payroll. The biggest burn is performance marketing. We are sometimes spending 20,000 rupees for one admission to acquire. It's insane.
But is it worth it?
Honestly, that's the only way to move forward. You like it, you don't like it, you got to have your leads generated only through that channel. Because offline takes longer, no surety of strike rate, whereas performance marketing, you're relevant, people see your ads. That game has only got better, right? Post-COVID. And hence, it's important to do your performance marketing.
If you could go back to day one, what would you do differently?
You should have built much stronger community of coaches, at least about 2,000 people. They would have helped me to do exactly the same thing what performance marketing is helping me to do. That is something I'm still working on as well.
What's the one failure that has taught you the most?
Start small, as failures, also as learnings. When we started, we had taken people on a very, very, very high payroll. And when you start with high payroll and the efficiency is not up to the mark, then you just start realizing that was not a great investment. So be very careful when you're recruiting and at what payroll, because at that stage you might not need a huge payroll.
If you had to start with 0 rupees today, what would you do first?
Interact with my audience at 0 cost. Do live gram sessions. They are great to interact with your audience. Let the audience know who you are, what's your vision, how you are going to help them. That is 0 cost. But it requires effort, conviction, and confidence.
What's one skill everyone starting out should learn?
Relationship building. Life is about building the right relationships. They will convert into joint ventures. They'll convert into collaborations. They will convert into alliance. Invest genuinely in relationships. You never know when they'll come handy to you.
One thing to watch out for so that someone's business does not fail.
Fixed costs. Keep an eye on your fixed costs. Don't let it go below a threshold. I made that mistake. I got it back to a lower and I'm doubling up. But keep that cost for the first 12 months under control. you will see things will fall in place.
Say I have zero business background. Where do I even go to learn and find the right people?
Go to the industry leaders, listen to podcasts. I am more a person who likes to interact. So it's good to go and meet people from that industry and listen to them. You will automatically have something brewing.
What's one common trap that makes businesses fail and how can you dodge it?
The trap of let the burn happen, let the money flow in marketing. I do not agree to that method. Keep your benchmarks in place because going overboard in marketing can surely fail your business.
What's one assumption you had about startups that turned out to be wrong?
I usually hear people when they build up their startup that it's okay to have burn. For 2 years, it's okay. No, it's not okay. And it's bootstrapped. No, it's not okay to have burn. Get your act in place. Get your people in place. Get your plans in place. And then only launch the brand.
What's been the toughest moment when you felt like quitting?
When you devise a plan and you don't see traction, that is the toughest moment where you're working on it, but you don't see traction.
And what kept you going?
My self-belief that India needs skilled manpower, especially in vocational training. Health and fitness industry is not the only one, many more. But as this is only growing, wellness is only growing, more skilled manpower will be needed for growth and support.
What do you wish you had known before you started?
That entrepreneurship journey is going to be shaky. I didn't know that before I started. There are various emotions that I come across, the wins, the failures, the highs, the lows. It's very different. It's very, very different. Your neck is on the block.
What's something you figured out much later that would have made your life easier on day one?
AI. I just feel if I figured that out 13 months ago, I would be the only game in the country. So I feel AI. If I figured that out earlier, getting technology combined with education is a powerful tool. If I got that right, things would have been different. However, life is about learning. I don't want to live this entrepreneurship for 1 year, 2 year, or 3 year, right? It's a journey. You evolve as you grow. And I feel it's never too late and it's better to start now. You started working on that.
What's one thing you obsessed over early on that turned out to not matter at all?
I was actually obsessed with providing small bundles of wide range of knowledge to the trainers. I was really obsessed with this. We put in a lot of man hours to get the best talent on the table because I wanted to give the best. That was the sentiment. However, as we go, we realize the hunger in the belly is less. So what is created is still not getting sweated. And that is what I feel could be a game changer.
What's one smart, low-cost hack or shortcut you used early on that anyone watching could try?
There's no shortcut. There's no shortcut to this, honestly speaking.
What would you say to someone watching this who knows they want to start a business but hasn't?
It's nice to get your salary on month-to-month basis. That's fine. It satisfies your need to a certain extent. As soon as you feel मुझे मजा नहीं आ रहा है and I want to do something of my own, don't park it. Think about it. Let it grow within you. You will get your answer. You must take the plunge subject to your business is solving a problem. As soon as anything that you do solves a problem or the need of the customer, so-called, it will take off. You must take that plunge.
What's one thing they should do in the next 24 hours to get moving?
Talk to people from that sector, field, as they say. Interact with them, hear them out. You'll automatically will be ready with at least your first cut. But talk to people. Don't sit and research on internet. It will not give you anything.
Thank you so much, Shraddha. It's been so nice talking to you today.
It's my absolute pleasure that I could share my insights with you, Shaista. So thank you so much.